Hi, North Olmsted families and students. We are very excited to share with you our new access to Sora by Overdrive. This is going to give you access to hundreds of ebooks that you can read online. So just in case, if you don't have the books you're looking for at home and you're not able to access the library, you can visit Sora by Overdrive and borrow from our school library. You'll also be able to borrow directly from North Olmsted Public Library and their e-collection of books. The really great thing is when you borrow the books, you don't have to worry about returning them because they'll disappear off your shelf when your loan period is done. So we're going to start with two ways that you can access Sora. The first way is by going into your child's Clever portal, locating under Media Center Resources and clicking on Sora by Overdrive. The second way you can get to our Sora app is by going to soraapp.com/library/NOCSDOH. That stands for North Olmsted. The second way that you can get to Sora is by going to soraapp.com/library/NOCSDOH. That stands for North Olmsted City School District, and then OH for Ohio. Once you're there, you will need to be signed into your child's Google account. This will not work unless if they are signed into their school Google account. They're going to click My School is North Olmsted City School District and sign in with North Olmsted City School District. When you access it from Clever, you don't have to go through the sign-in process. It is automatic because it picks up you are already signed in. We're going to give it a moment to load the library and take a look at the collection. So when you first come into the collection, you will be in the North Olmsted City School District collection. The collection is tailored to your child's age. Students at the high school will be able to see more books geared for high school, and elementary, more books geared for elementary. There's over 350 books in this particular collection that I'm looking at. I can search by popular subjects, or I can explore different audiobooks and ebooks. There are a lot of books in our collection that are also in Spanish. As many students as want can borrow these books. So there's no limit to the number of students that can borrow books in our district collection. The public library works a little bit differently. Students would simply click borrow. When they find a book they want, give it a moment for that book to load. Once the book loads, they will be able to read the book, flipping the pages, just like a regular book. They can double click. There is a zoom feature. They have options for searching the chapters or clicking to go directly to a chapter. They have reading settings, tips and secrets. There are lots of different options. If they're in an ebook, they'll have the option to listen, and the book will pick up where they left off. Now, we're going to close this book. We've checked it out. It's now going to appear here because it's the current book we are reading, but it will also be on our shelf. So students click a shelf, they can see every book that they're reading. They can see it is downloaded for temporary offline use, and it is due in 13 days. They can reborrow the book after that day period is up, or renew the book shortly before the day period has ended if they want to continue reading that book. There's no limit to how many times they want to borrow books in our school collection. They can click on Explore and go back to Explore to search for even more. Now, we're going to talk about the connection to the public library. The very first time you need to set up this connection, you're going to click the three lines in the upper right-hand corner, select Add a Library, and we are just going to put in our zip code 44070. And this is the Cuyahoga County Public Library. This is our school library. You're going to click This is my library, and you're ready to roll. You are ready to start borrowing books and taking a look at what is here. I'm going to take a look at The One and Only Bob, a wonderful book by Catherine Applegate. Or at least The One and Only Ivan was a wonderful book. I haven't read this one. And we're going to select borrow. Now, the difference when you borrow from the public library is there's only so many copies available for borrowing. So if you try to borrow a book and it's not available, you may get put on a wait list, just like you would when you go to the public library. Now, you are going to scroll down and you're going to select our school district and then click Sign In using North Olmsted City School District. I'm going to select our account. And that's it. There's no library card needed, no numbers, no fees associated with this. For free, you can borrow from the public library's ebook collection and begin reading various texts available there. We're going to click on the shelf. And once everything has been borrowed, I will see other books show up in my collection as well. Now, in this case, all I needed to do was click on that book a second time, and now I can begin reading The One and Only Bob. I'm going to double click towards the bottom, select close, and now I can see that I'm working on The One and Only Bob, but if I click back on my shelf, I have both books here. Now I can see that the due date for my public library book is a little bit different than the due date for my school book. Keeping in mind, if you need to renew a book from the public library, that would have to be in the case where there's not a hold on that book. If you have any questions or you have trouble borrowing books, don't hesitate to reach out to your child's teacher so that they can contact technology and we can go from there.